What's up, PV? Welcome to the Round Table Talk. I'm Lamaya Perlina.
T. Hayes.
And I'm Erica.
Okay, these are our. We got some guest hosts today, you
Yes,
guys. How y'all doing today?
Good, how you doing?
Ooh, Chile. It's
Welcome
good,
back.
different.
You said Chile.
Yes.
What's that?
It's a
Ooh,
saying.
child.
Oh, child.
It's a saying. How was your spring break?
I had the flu. Oh,
Yeesh.
God. First day. And driving, I felt like I was going to pass out and crash and die.
Really?
Please tell me you did not still go
I
out
did.
and
3
up.
hours. 3
Where'd you
hours
go?
drive.
So you went
I
out
to
and had fun.
DeSoto. I did, but, you know.
DeSoto, Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, I live in
I
like.
thought you were like Padre or something.
I don't know what that is.
Padre sucked.
Padre.
Period. I hated it. It was cold.
Oh.
I don't do the cold. And I went to Padre. I've never gone to spring break. I've never done anything for spring break. I'm always like working or doing something. So I never go. And I'm like, okay, this year's my last year. I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go all out. Should have went to Miami.
Big
Didn't go
mistake.
to Miami.
Big mistake.
This
Went
year,
to Padre.
I knew Padre. Okay, because my homeboys went to Padre before. It's trash, period. It's one of those overhyped things that just people just do, and it's trash.
this year was my last year as an undergrad for spring break, and all I did was go home. I went
Bad
home.
flu.
I went home.
I should have went home too.
Ate good food.
Shoulda
I
did
ate
that.
good. Okay, I went out with my sister. That's really all I did for spring break. I was chilling out with my family. That's all you gotta do.
Speaking of spring break, so on Twitter, you guys, there is a
Oh, gosh.
trend going around with a young man
Yeah.
with this crop top and these little shorts, and he took a picture with about 12 women, and his
Wow.
tweet was, and I don't quote me,
Quote.
but it was like something like, you know, I can't trust when they come a dime a dozen.
Right.
And it's pictures of all these women and him in the same outfit, and it's like all these women in Miami.
It
He
is.
was getting his Will Smith on. You know, Will Smith was the one with the crop top on.
He
the
didn't know
Prince of
that.
Bel-Air. He was-
Why are you laughing?
The crop top. I was just imagining the crop top again. It's hilarious. It's like you can see his
I mean,
belly button and
they
stuff.
used to do it in the 80s.
Look like a cheerleader with the
We're in
like a
2019.
They
plaid
used to wear it in the
cheerleader.
80s. You know, they used to wear it to work out. And all
Is that what they did?
How do y'all feel about him
Yeah.
taking a picture of all these women and then posting them like in like this collage?
I think he's a player with a little bit of sweetness.
Sweetness.
Yeah, because he had the crop top, but then he had all these women. That's a lot of women to just take pictures with.
I think
He was on a mission.
He was. On
I
a
think he was
mission.
just trying
I
to get
commend
his
him.
Will Smith on. That's all I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard he goes to
Yeah.
Prairie View. I've never seen him at Prairie View though, but I've heard he is a transfer here. And on his bio it says PV, but I've never seen
I didn't even
him.
click
People
his
like to
bio.
claim
I've
us.
never seen. I investigate it.
Let me see him on campus one day. I'm gonna be like, where the crop top
This gonna
at,
be my
sir?
face.
Where the crop top at,
swear
sir?
all
I need to
women
know where your
look
crop
the
top
same
is.
to me.
I need to see it. I would like to see it.
You would like
I
to
would
see
like to
it.
see it.
Didn't we just show you?
Also something that's going viral right now, you guys. Solange, I heard just yesterday. It must have been going around, but I'm not hip to this. Just got hip to it. Solange is bringing back BlackPlanet.com. Why are you doing this?
Solange is trash.
You
That's
were
why
not
she is
going to-
garbage. I couldn't wait to say this. Let me say, Solange music is horrible. She can't sing.
To you.
The beats are not my favorite. If Playboy Cardi gets on your song and mumbles and makes it good, that's how you know how bad you are. In black ways, black frame, black age, black something. Those aren't bars, and she's barely singing it, and she sounds weird. The mixing is weird.
So what do you feel about the Black Planet thing?
With Black Planet, I don't know about that.
You don't
Just
know
her
about
music.
I guess you're younger.
It's
You're a
trash.
little bit younger.
I'm
You
not
don't know
saying
You're not a
about Black
millennial.
I am a millennial.
Are you?
Yeah.
I thought millennials stopped at 1996.
Does it? I hear.
And y'all are generation something else.
I
You
hear
trying to
a
say
lot of
Generation
different
X?
stuff.
Sure.
We gonna talk
I
about
thought
that
that's
later.
I think I'm wide.
Well,
maybe.
we not gonna bash Solange.
I'm just saying
For
her
the simple
music's
fact,
trash.
this is Women's Month, Women's History Month.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we're
I'm
not
sorry.
We're not gonna
I
bash
apologize,
Solange. She's out there doing
for
her
bashing
thing.
you during
Solange,
your
we
week.
love you. Okay.
Yeah, we love you.
And also,
kinda
also,
cute,
I don't
like your
think
sister.
I don't know if y'all realize this,
Yeah.
but she has been using a lot of people. Like her latest project that came out.
Several PV
It's
people.
a lot of people that
Several
come from
women.
PV that was in her project. And it's
Oh, yeah,
just-
yeah, yeah.
She's been putting on spots.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's Women's Month. We're not gonna bash her. Okay.
I downloaded
Man.
Black Planet yesterday, and I'm about to get hip.
Uses as the shield.
I don't know if I'm gonna download Black Planet.
Wait, what was it for?
Black Planet, it was like a MySpace.
Is it a dating game? I mean, is it a dating app, or is it just like
I
as
feel
a
like-
Facebook, MySpace?
I think it was like a MySpace.
I'm about to
like
get
a,
hip. I'm
you
about to bring
know,
it back too.
But
Catch me
speaking of salons, y'all do know that it's Women's Week.
Yeah.
You know, Amani Green, Miss PV, she has been putting on events that have been empowering and uplifting everybody. You know, I think they have a panel coming on tonight. I will get back to you.
Yeah, we'll do some events
But
later on this
the biggest
segment.
event, I hope you guys voted for PV Girls Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I was nominated for an award.
Wait, what is that?
PV Girl Rock.
I don't know. What
So you remember, have you ever seen Black Girls Rock?
No.
Okay, it's an award show.
Never heard of it.
I'm telling you, it's an award show that recognizes Black women and their Black excellence, you know. So PV Girls Rock, why do girls on PV rock? Why do you feel like they rock?
Right.
So, you know, they have different awards like Queen of the
Man.
They
Hill.
kind of run this.
I should
Legend
have
Award.
I should have tried to get people nominated. I should have, but I've been just so busy. I haven't been. I was like, dang, I want to get nominated. I would have been nominated.
Well, the interesting thing, I didn't even tell nobody to nominate me.
I should have.
So sometimes it's just being a hidden treasure. It's
Yeah.
worthwhile.
That's God.
But other than that, y'all already know Springfest coming up.
Is it?
Everybody needs to be safe.
Wait. When is it? I
It's
don't
in
know.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, I'm ready.
Everybody
I'm
needs to
ready.
be safe because we lose somebody every semester. So,
I mean, that's life.
but everybody
That's
needs
so
to be safe.
true. That's so
life.
true. It's crazy.
Life and death.
But speaking of life and death, all the stuff happening with what is that, New Zealand with the mob?
Yeah.
Ooh.
How do y'all feel about
Good
that?
Lord. I mean,
It's a situation that's
Interesting.
heavy, but it's become something that we have seen continuously. Like it's been something that's just coming like a freight train.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like, okay, well, we need to figure out a way to stop it.
Right.
Because even though we might say, well, we need to stop it, we don't know how. We don't understand how. And that's because we have to learn the climate, not just our climate, but the climate around the world.
I think-
Because we like to figure that the climate of the United States is what's going to be the thing going on everywhere else,
Right.
and it's not.
Right. I agree.
Because something coming out of something like this coming from New Zealand, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
expected something like that.
Yeah.
And then you had celebrities like Just Hilarious. She just put out a statement because they found out one of her videos she did, it was really offensive. And she was saying she didn't know anything about what she was saying. She didn't know what she was doing. She was saying she was ignorant. But I feel like we are all ignorant at a certain extent because we don't take the time to research. We don't take the time to learn, you know. So it's one of those situations. It's a learning situation. Like, it's not going. It's not.
I'm sorry.
It's not going on in my backyard. It's not going on in my backyard, but it's still happening. It's still an issue. So, as a community, in the world being a community, we need to figure out how we can make everything better. If that makes sense.
I want to do some research and find out, where the hatred for the Muslims come from. Like, what's the root cause of? Because the world runs on cause and effect. So, what is it that triggers so many people, especially about Muslims? I know, different religions. Wars and conflict. A lot of conflict comes from religion and politics. So I really want to get down to the root of the cause of all this Islamophobia.
Well, that's something we have to talk about later.
Yeah.
So we're going to be at a break. We'll be right back with Roundtable Talk.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
Traditions are not made overnight. They are created through a legacy of excellence and a commitment to something much greater. For more than 135 years, Prairie View A&M University has provided students with a strong academic foundation, a unique college experience, and the opportunity to make their mark on the world. This is a place where friendships are formed, discoveries are made, and dreams are realized. This is Prairie View A&M University, our tradition, your opportunity.
Prairie View A&M University is about the students. Students don't just come here for the education. They come for the faculty, for the creativity, the camaraderie, an excellent standard of living, and the school spirit. They come here to gain something profound and to give something back. Students come for the tradition of excellence. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity. Prairie View A&M University is about the students. Students don't just come here for the education. They come for the faculty, for the creativity, the camaraderie, an excellent standard of living, and the school spirit. They come here to gain something profound and to give something back. Students come for the tradition of excellence. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity.
Welcome back to the Round Table Talk, you guys. And we have a special guest, but before I introduce him, I want to let everybody know what we're talking about. We're talking about today the state of a black man in America. That's what we're talking about. And I have Mr. Winston Okoro. Am I saying that right?
That's right. That's
He's running for Mr. Prairie View, Mr. PVAMU 2020.
2019,
2020.
Come on, I am.
Sheesh, I need to get out of here.
Mr.
Anyway.
Prairie View.
Yeah.
I see it already. I see it.
Flyer. If y'all ain't seen his flyer.
I saw it. Your flyer. Come on, Mask.
Yeah, it was
His flyer. He was just like, hi, this is me. This is who I am.
This is us.
right.
Like,
this is us.
like,
This is us.
seriously.
That's what his platform is called. Can you tell us a little bit about your platform?
Just starting. My name is Winston Okoro. I'm a 20-year-old sophomore, education major from Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
And I'm humbly vying to be the 2019-2020 Mr. Prairie View A&M University. So my platform is called This Is Us. I inspired the whole my flyer around the new Jordan Peele movie that's coming out called This Is called Us.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see it. I see
It all makes sense.
You know when
Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o
You seen the
was
flyer?
basically, This Is Us is basically a platform stemmed on pushing for individuality and self-exploration. So through this, I'm trying to advocate for like male retention rates to go up. And I'm only saying this because we seem to be inside of a state where more men, especially African American men and minorities, aren't coming to college. So if we could try to get to a point where we're retaining these males and stuff like that, but it has to start with being able to find yourself. And I also believe that when you find yourself, you will find a reason to be wanting to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because most males seem to drop out of college because they think they can do like construction or work.
A trade.
A trade, basically.
The field they feel like it's the real money maker.
So basically, This Is Us it's like a brief. It's kind of like it's recognizing our insides so we can be able to battle those kind of like negatives. So.
Wow. So when you talk about the state, I mean, not even the state of a black man, but when we say the state of a black man and you're talking about the retention of black men coming to college, how do you think mental health plays a part in a black man and his, wanting to get into college and wanting to like exceed all expectations?
I feel like when we bring mental health into this, we have to kind of figure out where we were as a people several years ago and generations ago, and how we weren't necessarily like educated to believe that we could be able to go to college. So we were just thinking back to like slavery times, we weren't given the education, we weren't given those kind of things. And it's just generational mental health issues that we've seemed to have faced, and it kind of trickled down to us. And now it's like, wow, now we have progressed, but now it's like, where do we go from here, sort of thing. So do we continue to work in these fields, quote unquote fields of things, or should we continue to strive further to pursue an education type thing? So,
what are some trials that you had to go through?
Especially for me, some trials that I knew that I had to go through was basically being fatherless. This also plays a part in males coming to college because, especially minority males, because it's the stigma. It's not necessarily a stigma, but it's kind of like scientifically proven that 9 times 10 my fathers are not in our lives.
Yeah.
So some trials that I've had was being with my single mother. She was raising 4 boys, mind you, 4. So it's you have 1 mom, 4 boys, and out of the 4, 3 of us are older and 2 of us are in college. 1 of them is still in school. My oldest brother is the one who's taking up a trade and trying to do welding, stuff like that, which is great, but that's just something I've like had to face. Like I had to be able to step up along with my brothers to be able to pursue educations and stuff like that and learn like the different overcome my trials, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's understandable because sometimes it's going to be you setting the example for your younger brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's
I got a question.
not everybody has an example.
I got a question for you, Missy. Usually, first of all,
Come on,
this is
handshake.
the homie right here. We've known each other since summertime, freshman year. But usually when people, especially running for office or something, or they start a nonprofit, something, they usually push an agenda that's close to them or that they relate to in some type of way. So you're trying to increase the retention rate of black men is dropping out something that you considered or people around you. What made you want to choose that?
So, if y'all know me, I'm basically, ever since I came to Prairie View, I've always been involved in things that they kind of like inspire mentorship. So, I came in during Mel. You were there with us. And basically, like Mel is called Men Achieving Leadership Excellence, and basically like a mentorship program for the incoming freshman males, and kind of like help them matriculate through college. You get a mentor, and it's like 2 or 3 y'all who are assigned to like one mentor, and these are mentors that are already at Prairie View, and they're already the PV man, and basically you kind of like you have a mentor throughout your freshman year. So basically, that's something that I ended up taking up the following summer, and I ended up becoming a mentor myself. Also doing PALs and PALs. You already know PA.
Once a pal, always a pal.
Right. And also, especially for me, I took up the Panther AIDS and Student Government Association. Basically, I have over 70 freshmen who I'm building into becoming student leaders. Basically, I assign them to different members in SGA, and they do like intern like work. So basically, everything that I've kind of like ever done since being here is just something of revolving around mentorship. So that's just something that I'm trying to push on, and that comes a long way with male retentions because we need somebody to push, you know what I mean? Not necessarily depend on the push, but sometimes we need that edge, you know what I'm saying?
Why haven't we had that though yet? Why do you feel like we haven't had that push? And it's about to be 2020, right around the corner.
And it's like,
why haven't we had that push? What's going on in the world that you feel it's not giving us it?
The push as far
as just getting males to start living outside of their comfortability and out of their comfort zone and going to college and
getting out that box.
Yeah, getting out the box. Where's that push? Why don't we have that yet?
I feel like there isn't a push because there's options. And sometimes when you give people options, they will either like run with it or they'll take it. But as far as like options, like I was saying previously, how it's alternatives basically.
Yeah.
We can go to the Navy and the Army and pick up trades and stuff like that. I don't feel like necessarily there has been a push only because of alternatives. We don't necessarily see it as, okay, let's get an education, let's do this. Not saying that they're not getting an education somewhere else, but come on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Understood.
Go ahead.
Because I want to know how, because TH, you can also chime in on this. I want to know how you, being black men, take the time to actually make sure that you guys are mentally stable.
Yes.
Because what you're saying is like you're building others.
Who's building you?
Yeah. Because the whole point is it being the state of a black man. And you're going from being a PV man to also just being a black man that's going to be solid.
In America.
Right.
So how are you guys taking the time to actually be like, I need to make sure that I'm good? Because we also, as black people, don't ask ourselves if we're good.
Or you might just ask them, like, I'm good. But
Yeah.
deep
Are you
down,
really
I'm
good?
not.
Like, are you
Yeah, I'm
really
okay.
good?
You put that mask back on. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good.
So many black
Exactly.
people, not black people, just
People,
black
period.
people in general, they break down and they don't want people to see that. So what are y'all doing?
Well, I'm gonna say this. Every time I see you in the MSC, I'm always asking, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of push me away. You be like, I'm okay.
I do.
What? Yeah, so what do you be doing?
So it's not necessarily like a push away. It's kind of like is my brother serious to be able to check on me? Because it hasn't been, it's just something that I've dealt with. Like, are you really trying to check on me? Are you really trying to make sure I'm good? Not saying necessarily you know what I mean? Because I've been knowing
Are
him.
you trying to be nosy?
Are you trying to be nosy? Or is it, you know what I'm
Or
saying?
you just saying it just because?
Just
like, how you
because.
doing?
Yeah.
I'm alright.
So yeah, it's just kind of
Yeah.
like just trying to figure out how am I perceiving it kind of thing. But nothing towards you. Like and then plus he likes to annoy people. Y'all know him outside of it.
No, I don't. I think I'm a great guy. I've been trying to ask you how you doing, man. You be like, how you doing? You like, okay, and then you do something weird, but you say I'm weird, but that's okay.
Y'all
Y'all so
we're not
silly.
gonna play that
Really.
game today.
Do you guys feel that black men are appreciated?
That's a genuine question.
Do you honestly feel that we appreciate you as being the forefront of our homes as supporters? Do you feel like you're
I
appreciated?
think everybody has a different standard to what appreciation means.
Well, do you? What's your standard?
I don't rely on the acceptance of others really, because you know me, you know I'm just an individual. I do what I gotta do. I do me regardless. So acceptance is something that I never really had growing up. Period. So that's kind of just a personality trait of me. It's like I don't really need acceptance.
Yeah.
But for other people, you know, they have a higher standard of acceptance. They need, like, girls on Twitter be like, oh, I need love and affection. I need lots of it, blah, blah, blah. That's because that's just the way they are. They have that high standard of I'm needy versus me, which you don't have to accept me as a black man. I don't care. People call me white all the time. It's like, okay, cool, man. Yeah.
What did you mean by people call you white all the time?
Like white, they're like, oh, he's a white man.
Because he's light
Or
skinned.
I
Oh,
think
because you're light
It's high
skinned.
yellow.
how I talk, my skin, my views.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's a white man. He's
Well,
white.
this conversation is going great, but we have to go to break, you guys. This is a round table talk. I'm sorry.
We're getting into it.
Right, we were there.
We need more time. We'll be right back, you guys.
Yeah.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
Traditions are not made overnight. They are created through a legacy of excellence and a commitment to something much greater. For more than 135 years, Prairie View A&M University has provided students with a strong academic foundation, a unique college experience, and the opportunity to make their mark on the world. This is a place where friendships are formed, discoveries are made, and dreams are realized. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity.
Welcome back, you guys. Round table talk. Woo.
It went so
We
fast.
switched spots.
It did go fast. Yeah, y'all switched spots.
Hey, you gotta make it work. You gotta make it work. It
How did
happens.
you guys feel about the conversation with Winston?
I would like to see it go deeper.
Yeah.
I would like to see, because the conversation was good. It was,
Yeah.
it was, you know how you eat like a good stew? And
Yeah.
it's really hearty?
Gumbo.
Stew.
Gumbo.
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 How about get
You
steak?
always need more than one bowl of gumbo.
I think that for the next show next week, we're going to talk about a little bit more of the state of a black man. But something he said, it was fatherless sons.
Yeah.
And I know it's cliche, probably talk about it too much, but I really want to see if we could dig a little bit deeper with some other people on campus who may be a fatherless son and also might be running for some, positions now on campus.
Because there's a lot of people that's taking their struggle and just going forward. They're launching off of it. They're like, okay, well, because I have this situation going on, it doesn't have to stop me from moving forward, and it doesn't have to stop you. So I want to show you. I want to be an example, which is a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah.
Because we all want to be like, oh yeah, well, I see you do it on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to see you actually make a change in real life.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the quotes. We don't have our snaps of the week today, y'all, but we got them in our mind. Okay?
Rainbow.
I'm going to start.
Go ahead.
Because what you said, because I was going to say be faithful, be encouraged, and be obedient, but I'm going to say this. Talk like someone's listening and move like someone's watching. You never know who's watching you. The little people in the background definitely are aspiring to do what you are doing, and they might be going through the same thing that you have already, had a testimony for.
Yeah.
Period.
The way she said it.
What periods?
The way you said it.
Who said that quote though?
Me. This came off my mind.
Oh, she gave her own quote. Are we giving our own?
No, I mean you can do whatever. Go ahead. You're right.
Something else. Okay. My English professor, English professor last semester, but I had her freshman year as well. She said this right here. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
How you make people feel is how they remember you.
Wow.
That hit me so deep freshman year. I always think about it all the time.
Because first impressions are the lasting
That's
impressions.
so true.
Lasting impressions.
That just hit me.
And the world revolves around. I learned the world revolves around energy. Everything is moved by cause and effect.
Yeah.
Energies, positive, negative energies.
My quote ain't nearly as good as y'all.
What is it?
Come on, sis, bring
You
it.
always have to stop and smell the roses.
That's good.
You have to smell the roses.
Because somebody right there is probably going busy.
You gotta learn to stop. I had to learn to stop.
I don't even know how roses smell anymore.
I love roses.
Yeah, you
Those
can't
are my favorite
overwork
flowers. Okay.
I need to get some roses.
Yes, I love roses. I'm a roses girl. It's okay.
Because it's Women's Week, though, what events are happening? Well, okay, pause. There's a freshman event going on today. Freshman
There is.
talent show.
There's a big talent show, the 90s party talent show.
Okay.
Make sure y'all go out to that. It's Freshman Raw Week. Freshmen, y'all finna. It's
going up.
The semester is over. So go out, have fun.
Resident Appreciation Week.
Yeah.
Oh, raw.
Raw, Residence Appreciation.
What?
Go out.
Oh, wow.
Make sure you study, but go out and have fun. We all did it our freshman year, so you can do it
I
too.
love Raw Week.
Raw Week
I don't
was the
remember
best
that.
week.
I think
Because we
they
got crawfish at
just
the end of the
made
week in the spring.
Yes. Well, I wasn't with you guys, but when I was a freshman,
Yeah.
back in my day, I had crawfish and waffles.
But make sure y'all support Women's Week.
Yes.
You know,
Women.
There's a panel going on
love
tonight.
Women.
It should be circling around Instagram. I believe Miss Summer Wilkerson, she's on the panel tonight. So you guys go and support. It's Queen's Corner.
Yeah.
That's the name of the event tonight.
Never
And
heard of it.
also, don't forget that PV's Girl Rock is at the end of the week. And y'all have a great week, okay?
PV what?
Friday
Girls Rock.
Womanhood Week is also in the
Girls
midst of
Rock.
this whole week. So we got about 3 organizations weeks today. This week. If you don't go to the Queen's Corner, if you're not going to go to the Freshman Talent Show, come do yoga with the Zen and Zetas today in the Rec Center, room 101, with a special instructor today, you guys. You got any events?
Me? I can't think of nothing. I really just be entrepreneur and I don't be worried
You
about
be in your
what's
own
going
world?
on. I do.
He be trying to get his money.
I do.
Shout out to T. Hayes and his
Hayes.
whole empire
Yes.
going on right now.
I
But
do have quite the empire going on.
That's it.
yes, that's it, y'all, for the
Yeah.
Round Table Talk. We'll see you guys same place, same
Yeah,
time
The table's round.
next week,
We'll talk.
Tuesday. And this is Round Table Talk.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.